I offered to let my coworker stay with me for a few days, but it ended up being one of the worst decisions of my life, so don't do what I did. So I had this coworker for a little over a year, let's call her Jenna, and she seemed like a pretty nice girl. We weren't super close, but we always had small talk every other day, and she always seemed pretty normal. But also, she was one of those girls that was always crashing out about something. Like, there was always something chaotic going on in her life, which should have been a red flag because she seemed to be the common denominator of all the situations that she put herself in. But again, seemed like a nice girl. So one day, Jenna comes to work and she looks bad. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. She looks like somebody who had been up all night crying. And I ask her what's wrong, and she tells me that her and her boyfriend broke up and he kicked her out of their apartment. And as she's telling me this story, she just starts uncontrollably sobbing. She's saying that she has nowhere to go. She doesn't know what she's gonna do. He was the love of her life. Now she has no man. She has no place to live. So what do? I decide to offer for her to stay with me. I know, probably a bad idea. It ended up, being a horrible idea. But in the moment, I thought I was doing something nice for somebody that needed it. I had an extra bedroom that I used as an office, so I told her that she could stay there for a few days while she figured out what she was gonna do and try to get a new apartment. And she was so grateful. She was like, thank you so much. I'm actually applying for a new apartment today, so I'll only need to be there for a few days. This will be great, it'll be so much fun. And I'm thinking, that's my good deed for the day. Biggest mistake of my life, I'll just say that. Day one, totally normal. She shows up with her one suitcase. She's thanking me over and over again, telling me how much she appreciates what I'm doing for her. We sit on the couch that night, we order takeout, and we're just talking about our breakup, watching some rom-coms. It's actually pretty nice. I hadn't had a roommate in a while, so it was pretty fun. By day three, she's still there. She hasn't made any mentions of this new apartment she was applying for, about leaving, but I'm still thinking, you know what? She's stressed out. I don't want to add any stress to her situation, so I'm sure she's figuring it out. Day 5 is where things start going wrong, and I should have known because she starts redecorating. I'm not kidding. She moves my desk out from the office space that she was living in, and she moved a bed in. Yes, she had, I don't know if it was a bed she already had or if she ordered it, but she has put a bed in my spare bedroom office. And what do I say to her? Nothing. I don't say anything. I know. Don't come for me, okay? I felt bad for the girl. I'm thinking, she's just figuring it out. But then day 6, I see that she's even redecorated more. She started hanging up new artwork and mirrors in my living room. So then I do say something. I say, hey, what's going on here? She was like, I just felt like this would make your space look better. And she did call it my space, not our space. So I felt like that was a green flag. I know. Then day 7. Yes, this girl has been living with me for a week. It was only supposed to be a few days. I get home and who's sitting on my couch? Her and her boyfriend. Yeah, the boyfriend that she went through a breakup with who kicked her out of their apartment. What? What is going on? So I was like, hey, Jenna, can I talk to you in the hallway for a second? Pull her into the hallway. I was like, hey, what's going on? I thought y'all broke up. I thought the whole reason that you needed to stay with me for a little bit was because y'all are over and he kicked you out. And she was like, well, yeah, but we're trying to work on things. Okay, so go work on those things in that apartment that you share, not in my apartment. And if you didn't think it could get worse, it can, because on day 9, I go into the office space, now her bedroom, to go grab something. And I see that the entire closet is filled with her clothes. Her shoes are all lined up. She's decorated it more. She's moved into that room, and I am stressed at this point because it does not look like this girl has any plans of leaving. So I find her in the living room, and I was like, hey, Jenna, I just want to confirm, you're going to be leaving soon because it really looks like you're settled in. And she said, yeah, that apartment that I was applying for just didn't feel right. I just feel like this space is great for the both of us, and you need me here because you were just living alone, and I feel like you're gonna have so much more fun with me around. I'm sorry, what? No. I do not want a roommate. No, you do not need to live here. And I'm trying my hardest to be nice because remember, this girl's my coworker, so I still have to see her every day and have a good working relationship. So as nice as I can, I was like, Jenna, I think it's really sweet that you've had a great time here, and I'm happy to be helping you out, but you can't move in here, okay? That's not happening. You need to find an apartment. And she starts getting emotional and is like, you don't want me to live here? And I was like, no, I don't. I think you're great. I've had a good time, but no, I don't want a roommate. So she's like, fine, I'll start looking for apartments if that's what you want. That is what I want. I thought that that's what was already happening. My final breaking point happens the next day when I get home and I see that my apartment is full of people and party decorations. And I am very confused because I don't know a single person that's in my apartment, but all of these strangers are eating my food, drinking my wine out of my wine glasses, and there's giant happy birthday decorations up. It says, happy birthday, Sarah. Who is Sarah? I don't know a Sarah, but apparently it's Jenna's friend who she offered to throw a birthday party for. As I'm standing there so confused, Jenna goes, hey, Kel, like, so good to see you. Is there any way you could just, like, step out for an hour or two? Because we're just finishing up here and then we're all gonna head out to dinner. But yeah, just really trying to celebrate with my friends tonight. I'm sorry, you want me to step out of my own apartment so you can host a party in my apartment for your friend, I don't know, with all of your friends who I also don't know, eating my food, drinking my wine? No. And that's when I noticed that both Jenna and Sarah are wearing necklaces that are mine. They're my family heirloom jewelry. And so I clearly recognize them and know that they stole them. And I was like, I'm sorry, what are those? And Jenna gets quiet immediately. She knows she's caught. She was like, oh, yeah, like, we just thought they were so pretty and we wanted to borrow them for the night since, you know, it's a special night. I was like, okay, take them off and I need you to get out. I need you to pack up all of your stuff and leave my apartment immediately. All of Jenna's friends are super quiet. They look absolutely shocked. And Jenna's like, wait, are you serious? I was like, yes, I am very serious. I need you out of my apartment tonight. You've crossed so many boundaries. I've tried to be patient. I've tried to be nice, but this has gone too far. Jenna starts getting super upset. She's like, I can't believe you would do this to me. I have nowhere to go. I said, there's a ton of people in my apartment right now, and I'm sure that one of them would be happy to let you stay with them. You seem to have a lot of friends. And then Sarah goes, I can't believe you're doing this on my birthday. I said, I don't know you. I actually have no idea who you are. So now I look like a villain in my own apartment. Jenna's having a full meltdown and all of her friends are helping her pack up her stuff. Honestly, it was probably the best time to kick her out because she had like 12 people there to help her. Yeah, 12. There were a lot of people in my apartment. I don't think there have ever been that many people in my apartment at once. So the next day I go to work and I was like, I need to go to HR and tell them about this situation. So I go in and they immediately already know what I'm coming to talk to them about because apparently Jenna had quit that morning and told them exactly what happened. But what I learned is that I was not the first person that Jenna did this to. She has tried to move herself in to other people's apartments multiple times in the company. Apparently, she has faked breaking up with her boyfriend. Yeah, they did not break up. They didn't live together. She just needed a place to live and didn't want to pay rent. So she would just pretend she was going through a breakup, move in with somebody for as long as she could stay there. And then when they would kick her out, she would have another breakup with her boyfriend and then move in with someone else. I know I was kind of an idiot in this situation and part of this issue was my fault, but listen, I didn't know it was gonna go like how it went. But just a pro tip, if you ever think about letting somebody you only kind of know live with you for a little bit, just don't do it, don't risk it.